Stop attending trade fairs as a business owner if you don't have a defined objective. Yes, I've heard a lot of myths, a lot of misconceptions about trade fairs, and I just felt like I think it's long overdue. I need to make a video addressing these misconceptions. Now, the number one thing you must consider as a business owner, whether you're a small business owner or you're a medium scale business owner, is for any trade fair you want to attend, you must be clear on your objective. Now, your objective could be, oh, I want to gain visibility. I want to make sales. I want to network. It depends on what your objective is. Now, I'm going to give you an example. When I relocated to Lagos from Ibadan, then I had no customer in Lagos, or let me say I had a few customers in Lagos, but the pricing from where I was coming from and Lagos, they are going to be very, very different. The cost of production and all of that. So I had to like build my audience from the scratch. Now, one of the major things I did then when I came was actually to attend trade fairs, right? And what did it do to me? As I did not have customers. My goal and objective was to gain visibility and to make people know me, to network. But my objective was not to make sales. Now, I remember in particular when my child was 6 months old then, it was a 3-day trade fair. And I went with my child. I went, packed everything. For the 3 days, I think I sold only one item there. But guess what happened? That was like the major one I did. Imagine spending a lot of money moving all your goods for 3 days back to back and not making that much sales to even cover your transportation costs for 1 day. But guess what? I learned a whole lot from other people around me. The trade fair wasn't so, it wasn't so fantastic because the owners did not, brand it enough for visibility. The marketing wasn't there, so it wasn't like there was enough crowd. No. But there was a particular woman that for every crowd that came, for every person that came for that trade fair, she connected with them. That was where I learned that, okay, this is how people do it here, right? Okay, let's do this. For everybody, even though they did not buy from her, there's this aura around her to say, oh, you're welcome. Just look at what I have. You don't have to buy now, blah, blah, blah. Believe me, I guess she was the only one that sold at that trade fair, because if you had no intentions to buy, because of the way she welcomed us, you would want to buy, right? So that was one thing I took out from that exhibition that I had then. Did I regret it? Of course not, because my goal was different. I got contact. I attended several ones as well to gain visibility. I printed my banners, my cards, and all of that. I started giving people. I've attended over 12 between 24. What am I saying? Close to 20 between 2014 and now it's 2025, right? And I just concluded one NBC trade fair, right? And I just felt like I needed to put this out. Now, I gained all of that experience over the years. And right now, depending on the location, depending on the kind of trade fairs, I don't go for every kind of trade fair. Now, my goal has shifted, right? Because the initial goal and objective was to gain visibility, which I got. There were some trade fairs that I attended for churches because I knew that my audience was in that church, different exhibitions, different trade fairs like that, and I gained a lot of contact. In fact, majority of my returning customers, I met them from exhibitions. And to burst your bubbles, a number of those people did not buy at the fair. They got my contact and came to my store. And let's not say, oh, it's because you have a store. When I came to Lagos, I was working from my boys' quarters in the house. People came all the way to my house to buy before I got a walk-in store. So it is not an excuse. So it is very important for you to be clear on your objectives. Now, if I am to do a trade fair now, let me tell you some of the tips. I will share it for you free. Some of the tips I actually use when I am exhibiting is, if it's in Lagos, I like to do trade fairs in my own city, right? In my state where people know me. I go with the objective to sell. That is my objective right now. Why? Because I am no longer a growing brand. Yes, I am growing, but I'm saying that I already have my customers. I already have my buying customers right now. So the objective for me is to sell. So I would put it this way. There's a percentage. 70% of my objective is to sell to my customers, and 30% is to gather new leads, generate new leads from the exhibition, from the fair, from the trade fair, right? So now, for me to be able to sell out at a fair, there is no fair I will go to here in Lagos that I will not sell. I will sell, whether they bring crowd or not. And that's why I choose the trade fairs I want to attend. I don't just attend every kind of trade fairs. I want to be sure that the organizers have put in a lot of work, and I'm going to see crowd there as well, because I will be bringing my crowd as well. I'm telling my customers, come and shop from myself and other vendors, and we are giving, good vendors that that yes, they are giving you good prices, and you're getting massive deals. Now, for me, I already have my customers. They can easily come to my store. I can easily organize an online sale, and they will buy. But if they are coming for the fair, there has to be something different about my offerings, right? And that is why it's either I create new collection, or I give them amazing discount. There has to be a reason why they need to come. You understand? If it's that you're going to attract them with, oh, there are other vendors, or it's going to be fun, just come, create your offers, let them be very, very attractive. Like this last one we did, I actually did an offer of buy to get one free. I've done my costing. I'm not saying you should do the same. I gave different offers. I gave free gifts. I gave we did buy to get one free. We did 50% on some old collections that I don't want to see again, and a lot of offers like that. And I kept my marketing game on point. I kept marketing. I kept making videos. I did my sponsored ads. I had a marketing budget. So it's not enough. One thing you must understand is you do not go to a fair and bank on other people's customers. If you've observed and you attend trade fairs a lot, when people are passing, they are always looking up at the names. They want to branch names that they are familiar with. And it is known. You see, how do I put this? We relate to names that we've heard before. And that's why you cannot joke with your marketing. When they are passing, they are looking for, do I know this brand? And they are likely to purchase from brands they know. And so if you're not yet a known brand, how can you be known? You can beautify your stand. You can make sure you have attractive things, attractive deals, banners, welcome them with a warm smile. You don't have to sell at that point. In fact, we still got a testimony. A lady in particular, I wore one fascinator, and she was saying it that someone who came to our store to just bought 200 pieces of kiddies fascinators from her after the fair. We're talking about it in the group. So you can imagine. So trade fairs are for buyers to come and locate you. Sometimes wholesalers, sometimes distributors. You need to be clear. It's not just for end users. If you have that mindset, then you need to break that misconception right now. It is a myth, and you need to cancel it right now. That day, we exhibited for our clothing. I still got someone that came and in fact we've established a connection on trainings, impact work on our academy. What has the clothing got to do with the academy line? But that is what trade fair does. It connects you to buyers. It connects to potential buyers. So stop. I don't know how best to explain this, right? But that misconception has to stop. You need to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Some people, your objective might just be, okay, I want to boost my profile. I want it to be in my profile that, yes, I've attended an international fair. I've attended fairs across different states. It's going to boost your profile. For everything you do, there's a price to pay for it. And the price might be you not selling, but at least you've gotten something from it. It is not all fairs. I've gone to Ghana twice for fashion show before. Did I sell there? I even exhibited, but did it cover my entire cost and that of my staff? Not exactly, but it is there in my profile. I don't know if you understand. So you need to be clear, very, very clear on the objective. But going for trade fairs and assuming that, yes, other people's customers will come and buy from you is something you have to cancel today. People will come, people will know you. Say, oh, even some of our customers will come and not even buy from us. They will buy from somebody else at that point. But doesn't mean that they won't come back to buy from you. Do you understand? So you have to be very, very clear. If you are coming from another state and you are coming into Lagos State, for instance, for a trade fair, you are likely to even sell more in your own state because people know you. And it depends on your pricing. A lot of things are associated with this, your branding and all of that. There was a particular guy, I can't remember his brand name. If you know how many things I actually bought from that guy this last trade fair, it came all the way from Kaduna. He makes shoes. I can't remember his name now. He makes footwears for men. In fact, I bought one for myself. There were some female wears there as well. It sold out. Why? Because the way he did his branding, it was good. It was beautiful. It was attractive. And his prices were actually very affordable. Some of you think that when you go for exhibition, you go for fairs, right? That's when you increase your price so that to cover your entire cost. My darling sister, it doesn't work that way. our store is on the mainland. This last fair we had was on the island. I had to lodge my team members for 2 nights. How many rooms? I think we got 3, or in fact plus my own room, we got 4 rooms for 3 for is it 3 nights? I got 3 nights. So imagine the cost, and then you're also slashing your price. Some of us are doing it for turnover. I don't know if you understand. So you have to be clear why you are doing what it is that you are doing. It takes time. Look at since when I've been doing fairs. 2014, 2015. So if I'm selling out now, you think I've not paid my dues? I have paid my dues, and I will sell. Even if I go to another state, I will make sure my strategies there will make me sell while still trying to attract people, new customers to my stand. So let it be clear what your objective exactly is. What is my objective? Is it to network with other vendors? Is it to network with people, with buyers, with wholesalers? Have meaningful conversations with people. Have meaningful conversations. Is it to sell? If you want to sell, then you know what you do. If you're coming from another state, get influencers from Lagos State. Get them. You have to invest in marketing. Even the organizers of the trade fairs, also, if you do GT Bank Fair is free. You don't pay for the store, but do you see the amount of marketing GT Bank does? So you expect that GT Bank will bring all of their customers to come and patronize almighty you, because what? Your designs are nice. You know how many designers are there? This last trade fair, we had how many designers? Almost 100 fashion vendors. Food vendors too were. I know that fashion and food were a lot. So you think that everybody will not come and be looking for you because what? Because you're special? My auntie, no. It doesn't work that way. You have to put in work. You have to put in the work. Also, prepare your team members. If you're coming from another state, you might want to hire people. You have to prepare your team members for the work. You have to all align. Get people to market. You don't just sit down. Another thing I see in fairs is you sit down, you wait for people to come in. Auntie, are you joking? Go out there, hold your clothes. Till even when we're packing all our clothes, we're still selling. Yes, we have to sell. We were still selling. So you have to put in the work to be able to get the effort. I hope that this video has, given you that insight from someone who has had the experience on how trade fair works. If you know you're not ready to do this, if you're not ready to be clear on what your objective is and to put in this work, then don't bother. You have to be clear on your objective. Is it for sales? Is it for visibility? I've paid my dues for visibility. If I'm going to another state right now, I would most likely go for visibility and not sales. I hope this video has been very impactful for you. It's your girl Yetroselane, the fashion entrepreneur, and see you in the next video. Bye.